We streaming. Everybody, hope everyone's been well. Looks like it's been cool. We streamed last on Wednesday. Had a 4-day weekend over in Arizona. Went to go visit a buddy. So apologize I haven't been back since then. Um, but here we are. It's Tuesday. It's actually election day today, which means the markets are probably going to be very volatile. Because of that, I'm most likely going to be sitting on my hands. Not going to be taking a whole lot of trades. But we'll check to see if there's any opportunities that go ahead and present themselves. With something like this, the markets have a likelihood and tendency to be a little irrational. There could be some spikes down in the market or up. But the main point, I guess, is that there's a chance that things aren't going to be so behave as normally as they would have today. So we'll keep an eye on the market, you know. Let me think of some up here. We'll keep an eye on the market. We'll see if there's anything, any opportunities. I'm probably going to ease back into it because, like I said, I was on vacation, so it's been a few days since I've traded, which is no problem. Here we go. Feel great though. It's always nice to take a couple days and relax and reset, huh? Definitely feel good over here. So let's see what's our top gappers. I'm gonna put our top gappers on this smaller screen here just so you can see them. But we got BBGI, ALSK, AMBO, TNAB, GCI. So just looking at them, BBGI looks good. It's the leading gapper, but it has a little bit more volume than I'd like. ALSK, decent price, decent volume. Float's okay. So might be watching that one. Same thing with AMBO. Yeah, so nothing's popping out to me initially as like an A plus like prime setup type deal, which is fine. I mean, we'll just have to watch the market in the morning here and see what opportunities come up. This camera. Some water right here. It's gonna be a pretty easy morning. I don't think there's gonna be a whole lot to talk about. So we'll keep it simple as best as we can. 557 right now. All right, I'm gonna listen to Ross for a little bit. Just get his input on the market before we get started.
Of course, today is election day, and yesterday was a choppy day in the market. So was Friday. So was last Wednesday. So 3 out of the last 4 days have been on the choppy side. So I'm kind of in a spot right now where I'm thinking it's a good idea to be a little more cautious. I should have been more cautious yesterday. Although you have a few stocks pre-market that have moved up a bit, BBGI, for instance, this one, it trades in a much thicker way than the 7.1 million share flow. It's already got 24 million shares of pre-market volume, 24 million shares, and it's up 77%, which is fine, but a couple weeks ago we were seeing 100, 200% gappers on a stock like this. So the market has cooled off a little bit. This one, just since it's the leading gapper, pre-market high, I'll mark out here. So intraday level right there. We'll switch to the daily levels. Back this up. So on the daily chart, you can see that it is a bit of a former momentum stock. We had a day back here where it did make a bigger move, but more recently, it's been on the weaker side, and the volume, the 200 moving average is here about 207. So those are kind of the levels that
She's looking at the daily.
And if it breaks over there up to 550.
Seeing this move here.
But to be honest, I think it's very unlikely that we see that type of impressive move on it. Although I could be wrong. We'll see how it trades as we get closer to the open. But right now it's technically forming an ABCD pattern. So pull back, pop up, pull back, and as long as it holds the low right here of this candle, then we can get a trade over the high of this level for a move through the highs. But the high of this candle is 228. High of day is 236. That's only 8 cents. That's not a lot. It's really not a ton of money there. So 8 cents, regardless of how many shares you take, there's just not a lot to work with on something like that. So, unfortunately, I'm not sure that I'm going to be super interested in BBGI, but we'll see as we get closer to the bell if it holds up. I do see that early pre-market here at 710, there was a move from $1.74 up to 2. There was a pullback here around 750, 755. So you already had the first and second pullback, although those were quite a bit earlier. The third pullback ended up resulting in sort of a false breakout and a rejection, which is a bit more typical. I'm not very interested in sitting down at 6:30 a.m. every day in hopes there might be something like this. If we start seeing it on a more regular basis, maybe, but I'm not interested. ALSK is the second leading gapper. It's 51 million share flow. So based on the float alone, this is a little outside my go-to stock. So announced a definitive agreement to be acquired by this company in a $300 million transaction. So I don't see that as even being something I would be interested in trading. Next one down, AMBO. That's not a catalyst I would trade. All right, so AMBO pre-market high is 5, but you can see it popped up and came right back down really quickly. So that already shows that early rejection. Not very strong. One strong candle that's been
BBGI.
Not very interested in that. You can see BBGI fading here. So as it breaks this low right here, that's that's a significant breakdown, unfortunately.
Wow.
So just as a break over this level here would be confirmation for a move higher, the break of the ABCD pattern going up, the break of it going down, and then the break of the volume weighted average price is a strong indicator on the sell side. So glad certainly we stayed clear on that one. Wasn't a good sell. TNAB. 37 million share float. Looks like a acquisition as well. APVO news at 9:01.
Let's move it right now.
Announcing a change in corporate structure there. New C suite person.
Wow.
Tuesday, November 3rd. That this is a probably better headline. So you can see you do have a headline here on it that just came out at 9 a.m. The pre-market high on APVO is now 850, but with only 39,000 shares. So that one is volume too light to trade. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll see if more volume comes in. Jack, JAKK, a move after hours, and then pre-market, it's already started to stair step down, so that doesn't look very good. I don't see anything there that I am interested in. NBLX, NBLX, pre-market high there is right around 9, and it's holding that level, but again, such light volume, it's not even APVO, a little on the cheaper side. So what did we have yesterday? Yesterday we had MARPS, MARPS, squeezed up and then rejected. First day was making high. Yesterday's high was 430. Could be a setup there. A little bit of a stretch since there's no news on it. And it's lighter volume. SRRK. So this one's kind of interesting because this is yesterday, first candle made a new high on the daily. Not by a lot, but by a little bit. It broke that level. And if this breaks over 46.50, that would be, certainly a daily breakout. You might see a short squeeze on that. The biggest challenge is that it's $45. It's an expensive stock. So trading stock with at that price range. If I bought 10,000 shares, that's $450,000 in the trade. So that's a lot of money in the trade. And my experience trading it so far has been that it's fairly choppy. So it didn't, although you can see some nicer moves on the 5-minute chart, on the 1 minute, I found it to be a little on the choppy side. So yeah, if it breaks over 46 and starts to make a move up to 50, and then starts to get parabolic, then I would, I'd say, all right, this is now getting exciting. But we need volume. So here's something that's very important to note. Look at the volume profile. Super high volume on the first day. Lighter volume on the second day. Light volume pullback. But then fairly light volume yesterday as an attempt to make new highs. So volume as an attempt to make new highs is
Watch APVO.
I would say an indicator of people being less interested in the stock. We want to see that volume curl up, and if we don't see that increase in volume, then I just don't know that there's going to be any type of opportunity on it. So we need more volume.
Did an MBLX halt today? Looks like
an interesting daily setup, no doubt about it, but I just don't think it's quite right. So let's back to the top of the scan. So ALSK, we said no. BBGI, I said no. And APVO, BBGI is really the major part. And APVO, this one, I like. So let's see how high it goes. The high there is 908. So I would say order over 910 and see see if you can ride that momentum up from 9. I don't know what's the high here from 908, 910, and 925, 930. I'll put an order at 950. If we start to see it open up, maybe there's a trade from 925 to 930, 940, 950. Let's see 921 on the ask. You've got a high here of 924. It's it's essentially our leading gapper right now that is worth watching because of the amount of volatility that it's got. It's up 40%.
I'm not gonna trade this. I'm sitting on my hands.
So I think it's just a question of where's
It's moving the most and it has the best characteristics, but
pre-market high is
it's not something that I'm like, oh, that's a good setup. I feel like that's chasing a little bit. I'm sitting on my hands.
see if it gets back over $9. Maybe there'll be an opportunity on it. I would also say on this one, increasing volume is good. High day volume, as of right now, is on a red candle, and total volume is on the lighter side, but it is probably worth watching. Violet's in here. I'm gonna watch this consolidation. That candle's 24. This one's 907. That candle there is 907. There's a high green candle there. So where's the entry point? Where's the right spot to be the buyer? Is it back over 9? Is it 910? Is it 925? I would say on this one, the first 1 minute candle to make a new high would be back over 907. Volume weighted average price is at 864.
So I'm thinking in my head of a better way.
Price down here.
Excuse me, just early. Thinking of a better way to have my setup all together. So right now I have my stream that I watch, my charts, my order entry, and then that computer is just for work. So what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna learn to chart on Sterling, which is a separate platform from Thinkorswim. Have Sterling on this screen, have Thinkorswim here with the stream, and then have Thinkorswim on that one. So I have charts on each one. I'll have my main chart that I'm watching and trading here, and then I'll have the stream set up there so I can see what I'm doing. I think that'll be a good way to set it up. So I'll work on that. It might look a little better.
There's a dip trade in here. We do a dip trade here at 7. And then I'm going to try to anticipate the first 1 minute candle to make a new high.
Nice.
Break back over 9.
That was a trade off the VWAP right there.
Add over $9.
Nice.
Adding right there, we'll break through 9.
Should have added
So
here.
we've got 86. My average is 88.
Alright, I see what's moving for the day now, so I'm going to turn Ross off. I'm going to turn some music up and that's it. That's going to be a little better for me. I'm not even going to turn music on, to be honest with you. See, he tried to buy on the break of 9 and ended up dipping 30 cents, so he just took a pretty heavy hit on that one. But be careful. Alright, dropping. 15 minutes until the open. Look, everything's fading out. I mean, I guess ALSK is moving a little bit. But again, that was a float on that one was an issue altogether. I'm gonna go stretch out a little bit, get the body moving. All right, 10 minutes till market open. Got a little stretching. Sorry, I know that's probably loud. Alright, Ross looking at the SPY. Let's check in with him. What's Ross saying over here?
Very real here today.
Alright, I'm gonna send an order to you. I don't know, shit's going down today. Could be.
So I would say APVO, although you have high red volume on this candle, this one may be the one to keep an eye on. If it gets back above the volume weighted average price, maybe we'll see a move back up towards the pre-market highs. About 8 minutes to the bell. APVO below volume weighted average price. The high last candle is 827. See if that curls right here, 818. This is kind of the spot where I bought, what was it, ANPC yesterday, that curling right there, which is usually a setup that I like. I'm a little cautious about it. Since I'm already red on the stock, I might pay a higher price for confirmation, but I'm probably okay with that.
So you're saying that this like curl off the bottom VWAP is something that he likes to play and he's seeing? That makes sense to me to buy on a break of 8. That's pretty low.
RRK. SRRK. Again, if it gets parabolic over $50, there might be more opportunity in it, but the risk is going to be on the high side. Arbs from yesterday and the day before. I was red on it on Friday and yesterday, so 2 days of trading it red both days. Even though it had these big moves, I just wasn't able to time them right. I was adding too high, I wasn't getting in early enough, and I just kind of kept screwing it up. So as a result, I was red, and I'm not sure that I'll trade that one today, but we'll see. MDLY had a reverse split yesterday, made a move from 455 up to 550. It's not totally uncommon to see a reverse split and then move higher, but we don't have news on it, so we'll need to get some type of news headline. The move back here in October was a day where we had a big gap and then a big fade. NIO, that was a mistake to trade yesterday. I shouldn't have traded it. It was too high, and I was just kind of grasping for something that I thought was volatile enough that could potentially give me a win, and it was not a smart move. So I'm disappointed that I traded that one yesterday. I'm definitely not going to trade it today.
What's he talking about NIO?
All right, so about 5 minutes to the bell. Those of you guys streaming on YouTube and Facebook, make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. I really appreciate that. We'll be live streaming, of course, again tomorrow and every morning, in fact. So doing the live stream, the pre-market watch list. So as we sit right now, pre-trading checklist. Did you eat well? Did you sleep well? You have a couple stocks on watch that you like. If you do, what's the condition of the overall market? Well, we've got a lot of volatility in the market right now, which can provide opportunity for profit, but we are not seeing the same level of parabolic momentum that we saw 2 weeks ago. So today is probably a day to focus a little bit more on base hits. I had a base hit attempt on APBO, but it couldn't break through the pre-market high, so that was no good. And so I'm sitting down $700 coming into the open. I'd like to finish the day green. APBO is certainly one to keep an eye on, but we do have to be careful about making sure we're trading, momentum. You don't want to be kind of swimming against the current. So if the market's choppy, me is I can't trade short in a retirement account. And the question there about wash sales, there's no wash sales in a retirement account. There's no tax in a retirement account. So it's not, there's nothing. You don't have to worry about it, which is great. But you can't short in a retirement account. That's a rule. So I can short in my main account. But then, of course, for every dollar I make, I've got to pay income tax. So if I make $1, I'm going to basically have to pay at least 30 cents or 40 cents of that out in tax. If I lose $1, then I lose the whole dollar. I can, offset some of that against income, but only to a certain extent. So obviously, the majority of my day trading is in a retirement account. So it's kind of a challenge there. It creates a little bit of a I'm just not incentivized to trade to the short side from a tax standpoint. So, anyways, obviously, if there's money to be made, you can certainly take the trade. But you have the two challenges of certainly tax, and then on the other hand, availability of shares of car. Now, APDO is car. So that one, I could trade to the short side if I wanted to at light speed, and we'll see. But at the moment, I prefer to try to trade it long, and then if it really doesn't work, maybe I switch to it, but I'm not sure. So, anyways, 8:38 is the kind of spot to watch. But I want to encourage everyone, if you didn't already, day trading is very risky, and most beginner day traders will lose money. And so you want to make sure, as a beginner trader, that you're practicing a simulator before you ever put real money on the line. So those of you guys streaming on YouTube or Facebook who are maybe new to this, to trading in general, or new to these pre-market watch lists, you shouldn't be blindly following me or anyone else. Just because I take a trade, you don't understand necessarily how I'm managing my risk, how much risk I can afford, where I'm going to hold it until. You have to trade because you understand the setup. It's just very important to do it that way. Otherwise, you can get yourself into a really bad situation. So, as we sit here with 2 minutes to the bell, I encourage you guys to take a breath and try to stay focused. Hopefully have a good day today. The ones that I'm watching right now, well, APBO, if it breaks over the pre-market high here, it was pre-market pivot of 738, which is right around the volume weighted average price. So I can go ahead and put my order at 850. Sorry, 8. I did bring my starting share size down to 3,000 shares from 5,000. So instead of jumping in with 20,000 with 4 clicks, I'd be in with only 12,000. So just scaling down a little bit for a couple days, try to get myself in the green a little bit after a couple of red days, and then we'll see if maybe I'll start to scale back up once we see some good opportunities. But I want to make sure I'm trading the market I'm in. So as I sit here with 45 seconds to the bell, I'm down $789. So obviously, on some days, pre-market, I'm already at my daily goal of $10,000, and I'm not at my daily goal. I'm red.
All right, we're gonna turn on Ross. Put the clock up here for you. Got about 30 seconds till market open, so we'll dial in. I'm not sure if we're gonna take anything today, but we'll be ready regardless. So APVO is on watch, number 1, and ALSK is the top leading gapper. BBGI is following. APVO looks like it's dropping off the top, and it's got some upward momentum now. Here's a level 2 on it, so you can see it. These are all the trades coming in real time. You see the big buyer here, a couple sellers dropping, BBGI's ripping. Here's a level 2 for BBGI. Yeah, I don't see anything. Well, it's trying to crack. If it, this might actually be the entry right here.
Break 8. Price action is right here. We'll probably get a nice 20-cent pop.
Right here. Boom.
Watch over 7.99. Watching. Looking for 7.99. Adding there at 95. There's a 10,000 share buyer down there. This is setting up a one.
I don't like the price action on the APVO, regardless of what we're seeing with volume, level 2 buyers and sellers. The price action itself is sloppy until we see a clean break. I mean, this is going to be the first area we need to see break like that, and then followed by something like this.
Although we had that 10,000 share bid in the 90s, pull back a little bit.
Something like that. Yeah. Needs to break this level here. BBGI, I don't even know what BBGI is doing. I mean, in theory, you can buy all these dips. It's dipped and come back like 4 or 5 times already, so it's like 10, 20 cents every time. But is it really worth it? Probably not.
No, I'm not liking it enough right now. This thing is very kind of tight range here. 70 to 90. It feels like this is an area that, I don't know, it seems like it's accumulating a lot of short sellers here. So I would just be mindful that if it breaks to the upside,
okay, so you shouldn't have theories. You should have reactions only when trading. But if I was to theorize, I was gonna say it's gonna break here eventually. You just really need to have a perfect entry down at the 770s to entertain this. Look. So what happens if you buy it up now? Let's see. Got a buy-in at 770. Oh, stopped out. Seems taking a crap. Sounds like Ross took that trade.
Maybe we'll get another opportunity, but
Nah, this price action is not. It's not good.
and I'm not going to put short on it because I can still see it ripping back up to 8.
Let's check the overall market. What's the overall market doing right now? Selling off a little bit. Not enough to have any worry.
So yeah, I see SRRK, but just have to manage the risk on those spreads.
Yeah, it's overall higher.
And I gave APVO plenty of time. Just wasn't able to break 8. Now on the flip side, the low here is 53. Is it going to hold $0.50? It doesn't seem like it's breaking down that much either.
Wow, there's nothing moving right now in the market. It's so flat. No movement still. THMO. Just hit the scanner.
It's a higher flow stock.
It's gonna fade out.
Fit within what I would be willing to trade.
Nothing to trade today. Sorry, guys.
Sharp pullback.
Alright, I think I'm gonna turn the stream off. That's all today. Nothing's really moving, so it's expected. No one's gonna be trading right now because of the election. So this is good. Keep your sit on your hands, keep your discipline, and we'll get back to it tomorrow. We'll see what the market does. Everyone be safe. Have a good next 24 hours. Get out there and vote. Stay out of trouble. Don't go into areas where you think there's going to be some sort of violence, or know your limits, know yourself. Stay out of trouble. Know that you specifically have a lot of potential for the future to give back to people and to help people. So don't put yourself in a situation where you can potentially have that taken away. It's really important to fight for what you are, but do it in a healthy way. Know your surroundings, know your area, know your situation. So, I hope everyone had a good morning. If you watch this later, I hope you're having a good day. And we'll see you later. Bye.